While they may not look like anything special, these lorries are a trundling and noisy sign of the future of transport. Fitted with groundbreaking technology, these so-called self-driving trucks could change the way that we use the roads. The trucks talk to each other using wireless technology that allows them to form what's known as road trains, convoys of vehicles linked together on the motorway. Synchronized braking and distance sensors allow them to drive closer together than would normally be safe. This is called platooning, and for several weeks these particular platoons have been snaking their way across Europe to arrive together in one place. After a journey that has taken them all across Europe, truck companies have gathered here in Brussels for the final leg that takes them from Brussels to Rotterdam on a trip that they hope will prove that this technology works. What are the benefits of truck platooning?
I would say immediately, first and foremost, it's a reduction of fuel consumption, and with that comes a reduction of carbon dioxide. Then it's also a matter of safety, improving the safety and the utilization of roads. So we can drive closer together and thereby utilize the roads in a more efficient manner.
Testing the technology in different countries is important because the real advantage of platooning will only be felt if the convoys are able to transport goods across borders. Even now, local restrictions mean that we have to leave a larger gap as soon as we cross from Belgium into Holland. While it might not look that close, we're driving 22 metres apart, which when you're hurtling along at 80 kilometres an hour leaves only a second between vehicles for braking time. Now in test conditions, Volvo says they can get their trucks as close as 4 metres. The platoons have been tested on private tracks, but this is the first time they're allowed to travel on public roads and interact with normal drivers. To simulate real conditions, the lorries have been loaded with concrete, and each one weighs 30 tons. When the front driver brakes, the whole group slows simultaneously. A screen in the rear vehicles lets them see what the front driver is looking at. Although they're known as driverless trucks, each one has a small team in its cabin for the trip. The promise of fully autonomous trucks, which could travel without the need for driver brakes, are many years away. These semi-driverless models can steer to stay in lane and keep a safe distance from the one in front, though the driver still has to stay alert.
The trucks are communicating via wireless LAN, 5.9 gigahertz, and the Volvo trucks are listening to both the trucks in front. So they are sending information on their speed and acceleration and retardation, so they can react simultaneously as the trucks in front.
But there are several bumps to navigate before these could be driving across the road networks of Europe. Winning public trust is key, which is why the project has received so much publicity. Governments are behind the scheme, seeing it as a way to cut emissions and prevent accidents.
C'est vraiment important aujourd'hui que l'on puisse faire ce test en Belgique parce que nous devons nous tourner vers le futur. Ce sont les nouvelles technologies, ça a une empreinte positive pour l'écologie, mais également pour la sécurité routière. On se rend compte que 90% des accidents sont dus à une inattention humaine et donc on doit vraiment se tourner vers le futur et je suis vraiment heureuse aujourd'hui que la Belgique montre l'exemple et nous allons présenter au Parlement un Code of Practice justement pour permettre ces genres de tests sur notre territoire.
There are also technology hurdles that still have to be overcome. Most companies own more than one type of truck, so getting the rival brands to link together is important in making the technology useful. So while there is still a long way to go before we may see these road trains operating for real, today marks an important milestone in the technological journey, and the future is definitely getting closer. Peter Campbell, Financial Times, Rotterdam.